What's up, everyone? Switch channel players, as always. Yeah, this has actually been a really good day. Well, not really much has even happened though, but yeah. Today we're just gonna do Mario's Randomizer, and it's just I don't have the game myself. It's Game Guy who has it, so I just had to wait for him to show up. And Taylor Anderson, hello, welcome. It's always nice to see new people here, and yeah, as usual. So Mario the Randomizer and some Hangman to the get this stream today actually. Well, I was considered to do another game show stream, but since Malachi wouldn't be able to join in the stream, so we decided to do it another time. So as we has always done before, we do a Mario Randomizer, which is Game Guy's games that he has. And so yeah, that won't be happening until he when he enters, which won't be that long. So yeah, for the past couple of days, I really haven't done any stories though. Uh, Mostly, I've been just been working on some other future game show streams quizzes like cryptids, but I also had done. I did yesterday. I made a quiz based on MLP characters, both from G4 and G5. The first one was I made had 106 questions. I was like, nah. I decided not to. Well, actually, I had only made it 106 questions, but I decided to short it down to 81. So the other questions I put in a different document to make a second as quiz on it. So I had now two MLP quiz, and yeah. So if some of my viewers may haven't um, didn't know this, that when I do this game show streams, I am not the one to actually pick this the topics each time. When we're having often playing as a team, and the winner, if the either single person or as a team, they will the winner one to pick the next topic. So it can be anyone actually. So yeah. So wow. Greetings from Brazil. Wow, that's that's new. Um, actually, that's a. I think this is actually first time anyone actually been talking to us on here from Brazil. Mostly has been either been from the U.S., Canada. Let's see. Ah, right. Who cannot forget our friend from Indonesia? Um, what was his name again? Brony Dreamer. Well, sadly, he hasn't even actually been here in quite a while, though. Yeah. Um. Well, Taylor, it's I do post stories. Uh. Well, my last stories, it'll be they always been post my channel once a week. But there is the fact that I do also have other stories that I can have done in the past. Um. It's just that well, considering how many stories been asked to me for the past almost 9 years. Yeah, that is long as I have been doing my stories. I started back in 2015, even though I wasn't originally to this stories that I originally have made so far. They wasn't actually was this long term. I was just only originally just to do the main six and a few background characters and then move on from others. Because back then I wasn't even a part of this Bernie community. But after some people started asking me for more stories, which I was kind of a bit um wasn't really you know surprising enough. But back then I had about maybe just 40, 30 subscribers at most. And even when I first started doing my stories, I wasn't even a fan of the entire franchise. I mean, at the time, but now I am. I used to actually watch MLPG free back then when I was a kid. And well, the audio quality for my stories, well, I had said this before that I'm probably would try to make more stories that would text and music, and only a few with audio. Uh, it's still gonna be the same, but yeah. And as for my stories, people had asked me for do the stories for quite a long time. In fact, some of the stories that I have been asked, I had even worked on the fraction of those stories. I can say right now, with all those stories, it will take me years to even complete. But that is another problem. Well, I would say it's a problem, but more as a small detail. Is that despite if I have finished all the stories I have, there's always new requests all the time, and you have no idea how many there are. I mean, on my email itself, I have about 1,660 ideas that my girlfriend still told me. Oh, you mean your speaker has some problem? Yeah, that's technology isn't great, as game guy usually would say. But yeah, so yeah, I have many stories to do for next several years. That just uh, that is just um. But yeah, I am actually planning to do more stories, and there is some audio series that I had done in the past, and also planning for some in the future, especially for probably and hopefully by the summer. I I think it's about three or four that I had in mind, but I will decide from which one they're going to do. Um, but yeah, at least now that I have that taken care of. And as for Mario Randomizer, it's gonna be done because Game Guy is here. What's up, dude? Hey, so yeah, I just been telling Taylor a little bit what happened and some of my stories and all that. Just you know, making so many stories is yeah. I don't know that many people noticed. They probably know that some people that had making other series of their channel based on the MLP, like uh, Bride of Discord, Daughter of Discord, is multiple people working behind those projects, like making the arts, uh, the scripts, recordings, all that. But for me, I'm the only one who makes the stories all itself. Well, kind of. I mean, I am the one to make the script. The stories itself. Um, Fire Goddess, my girlfriend, is the one that came up with some of the that finds some of the new stories ideas that I can do in the future. Um, and she's the one that actually put the dates when the story is gonna be posted on my channel. So I normally post my stories on the Mondays, but it has happened that I don't do it until like Tuesday or Wednesday. It's not because I didn't want to post them; it's just simply forgot about it. And but yeah, it's just a lot of things that's that. But you see, even for my stories, I have never put any script down for them at all. It just came to my mind when I see a single picture from a part of that song, and they just like an idea pop up in my mind of when I want to see a picture when that. Oh yeah, that is probably gonna be due. So yeah, and even in the beginning, there were a handful of people that put it out. that my grammar, well, friendly term saying they sucked. Well, I wasn't offended by it at all. I perfectly understandable because I use Google Translator for that part. Since English is not my native language, so that it is. But now these days, I don't use Google Translate that much. But I only use it for certain type of words that I can't spell. I mean, I can pronounce the words, but I can't spell it so well enough. Like consciousness or conscience or something like that. That type of words, it's still I can't even spell. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So Taylor has, I think Taylor did ask me to do a story about some. I think it was Taylor that asked me to do a more uh, G5 stories. I actually had some of the G5 stories in mind. Um, so it is that. Well, Taylor, what country are you originally from? Well, the name of my title of my years of my name is the hint Swedish, which is from Sweden. Oh, never mind, because Taylor is apparently here. So yeah, I'm actually from Sweden. Never mind, I'm from a different country. So yeah, my stories has always been a lot of work. Sometimes it can take days or a day or two. If I find an audio story, it can take at least a few hours or at least an hour or so. To depend on how much I work on it. Uh, okay. Apparently Cody is here.
The
Our
Dark
first
Hog?
talk. Yeah, Dark Hog. Um, Cody, just a bit heads up. Probably don't use much curse words. You never know what how people might not even be in for that type of language. Just as you know.
Yeah, it's understandable.
So what you been doing, all, Mister Skunk Ape of Louisiana?
Oh, hush it, for one. And for two, I've been tired all day.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's pretty much what I do, though. Yeah, Cody is another friend of ours. We call him Bigfoot. After
hmm
all, he's tall,
Yeah,
taller
that
than
that
me.
would be you that calls me that.
I mean, we even called Kuvu, a friend of ours. Well, it's actually this his username. We call him for Canadian Sasquatch. Well, he is uh, he is from Canada and nearly 7 feet tall. No
Canada.
joke.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah, I
why
mean,
it's. I don't know why he's so tall though. Because I'm pretty tall,
who
but
knows? I mean, certain people actually had this can actually be tall. I mean, as the world's tallest person, he was 8 feet and 11 inches. But he wasn't even that old when he passed away, though. He was only about
hmm,
22 years old.
really. Hmm.
Yeah, I can say this. Years ago, I did read an article in a newspaper over here. There was this boy. He was 13, and he actually was. Um, I think he was about. Um, I have to say, six and a half, maybe 6, 7, and he was still growing. And he had to order special shoes, special bed, and special school bench. Because I mean, considering that, and according to the doctor that he went to with his family, he will not continue to grow until his in at least in his early to mid 20s. Just imagine though, people
Mm-hmm.
that can, and considering that people certain parts of the world can be quite tall,
So good.
and I can say right
Right.
now, genetics is a major factor. I mean, consider like this: in my family. from my dad's side of family, we're around 6 feet tall. Like my great grandfather, he was around 6 feet. My grandfather, my dad, me, and my brother. In fact, I was the tallest person in family for quite a while until my younger brother passed me, not that much, but just slight few inches taller than me. But
Hmm.
from my mom and from my mom's side of the family, my mom is about 5 feet. My sister's about 5 feet. My grandmother also about 5 feet. So it's just like if I had kids my own, they might be 6 feet tall, and if Cody has, they might be 6 feet tall, and it's just that. But it's hard to tell, how much your genetics can actually play around. There
Mm-hmm.
are some there are some theories on how the humans in the far future will look like. Some ideas like we will have bigger heads, smaller eyes, like almost no hair on his head,
Oh, right there.
and even be way taller. Yeah, we can start a randomizer right now though. I don't mind since nothing else has been happening.
Uh,
so Mister
Give me a second.
Mr. Doghog, what you been up to?
Not much. Been sleeping most of the day.
Tell me about it. Yeah, it's something I probably done myself.
I'm tired.
I
I
was
I
tired
didn't get
today,
up.
man.
Mm, I mean, I did actually get up around 1:30 afternoon. Oh, Taylor's back. Yeah, so my days hasn't really much been that problem. At least at least the nights are at least decent warm enough to even to sleep. Because
Mm-hmm.
if the same temperature day and night runs say between 80 or 90 degrees, boy, they'll tell you though, it's a nightmare. Because back in 2018, for example, that summer was a nightmare. It was hardly to get any sleep at night though. It was so bad. I mean, I had to almost sometimes had to take maybe 4 to 5 showers almost entire night just to keep myself cool enough. But
Mm-hmm.
it didn't last. But taking a cold shower only lasts for like maybe 5-10 minutes. And the been taking so many frequent showers and or at least cool down to that much, yeah, it's wasn't worth. I was almost like I had almost a feeling like I want to rip out all the shelves in the freezer and sleep damper for the night.
Mm.
Hey, but it wouldn't work though. But so I call 2018 as the nightmare summer, basically.
All right, let's do it.
But even though the summer also caused a lot of fires in my country, and
Mm-hmm.
Put this a little downwards. Put this over like
there
this.
we go.
Okay, we're good.
Not at all, Taylor. Anyone is actually welcome to my streams, and as long as they remember some of the main rules, which is quite simple ones, though. Um, Basically, no insulting any for any negative ways. No, using bad language. Like I mean, if you say like "damn" or something like that, okay, those type of words are more common to be used. I mean, the word damn can also be in use a normal sentence, like I'm gonna build dam, or that dam is good, for example, which is simply, I mean, it's still not. Um, but some words, like say the N word, is absolute total forbidden in the streams. Um,
Not in my streams, but hey, just saying.
yeah, I mean, but yeah, you see, there's always an option for anyone who's if anyone breaks some of the rules. I have two options. I can kick the person out, but they have the opportunity to come back afterwards. But the second option is ban the person. meaning that person can't come back at all.
Unless they use another account.
Well, true. And I haven't actually banned any particular person though, but it's just
That's
um, the only time I kind of banned, but it was actually not a person, but a bot. Strange enough, though, that one of the bots, it put the letter L in the private chat like 150 times, like really fast. Like the whole, I was, oh wow, that's a
oh
Mario.
yeah. Look,
That's the word keeper. That's the keeper.
Mario.
Oh my god.
Cotton candy
Yep.
Mario.
It's just what that happens sometimes. You just gotta wear new stuff.
Oh, hey, you don't mind me being in here, on the mic, right? Or do you prefer the chat only?
No, not at all. I mean, if you wanted to
Well, I
talk or if you
mean,
wanted
if we
to,
would, I mean, think about it this way: if we preferred one way or another, then we wouldn't be talking, right?
Fair enough.
yeah.
Wait, I thought
I
you.
mean,
I
if
thought
anyone,
you oh,
yeah,
sorry.
and even if anyone doesn't want to talk or anything, that's up to them, of course. That was all we have the private chat,
Ah,
and yeah, yeah. So I can tell you, the
Mario.
first time I did my streams on Streamyard, it lasted for about an hour. Um, for the first 5 minutes, as I was talking, it wasn't recorded because I was in the backstage and I didn't know about it until like after 5 minutes. I was like, dang it. I just
hmm.
hmm.
Yeah. The thing is, I thought Game Guy, Cody, the Dark Hog. I thought you were all, like private, like friends or something. That I didn't know
Yeah,
you.
we are friends, but
Yeah.
anyone is actually welcome in here and talk.
Got it.
And it,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and a small thing about StreamYard, if you haven't used it yourself, is that um, if you would have to invite people, you can only like invite 6 people. If you have more in the backstage, they can't join in
Oh,
unless you have
Unless
unless
you
you have
unless you buy one of the plans, then you can have up
yeah,
to
for
10
example, like
people in it.
premium. Yeah, if you are premium, you can have like up to 10 people at I think also like $25 per month or so, which is a kind
Mm-hmm.
of but for me, like they're only like 250. I mean, depend on the currency
In the
difference.
country too.
Yeah, so for them it sounds like a small amount. For me, it's a lot of money. And my
yeah.
parents, yeah, so that's just
Yeah, interesting enough. I've not actually, used this thing before. Yeah, interesting enough.
yeah. And even for myself, and I mean, back in I have been streaming for almost maybe 4 years, and before then, I didn't even knew about StreamYard even existed. I know that for the fact you can stream on directly from YouTube. There were at one point that I was considered doing streams, but I wasn't sure exactly how, or it is the like that. And in fact, here is another funny thing about when it comes to YouTube. Many people
Right.
knows that you can actually earn money from YouTube by posting videos and all that, and even do streams and all. But
Right.
there are in fact some requirements for that. First
Uh,
is that you need to have at least 1,000 or more subscribers in order to apply for that. And another requirement is that your videos needs to have at least around 4,000 uh, view hours or something like that. I think it is. So personally, I can apply for that, but yeah, I haven't really decided that. But it's
hmm.
just
I'm thinking of starting a
Funny
YouTube
thing,
maybe.
funny thing.
Um,
Sorry to interrupt. Funny thing. I introduced Swedish here to Streamyard.
oh,
yeah.
well, funny. I was actually thinking of making a YouTube channel. I like a lot of No one likes war, but I like World War II related things. I love games like that.
Oh,
I
you mean like war themed games?
not well, and not violent necessarily. Not like Call of Duty. I prefer, um, yeah. I'm playing games like. Have you ever heard of Digital Combat Simulators? It's like a flying simulator, but with military aircraft.
Not really that game. No, I not haven't heard about it, but I know what you
It's
mean.
it's super
Hmm.
realistic, and they
I feel
actually
like
just
you and
released.
Malachi would get along.
Yeah, they actually just released a new map called the Kola Peninsula map. It's actually, if you're from, yeah, you said that you're from Sweden. It's actually based on the Kola Peninsula. It's where you live technically. Well, or where you're from. Yeah, are you? Do you live there?
That that must be from like the northern part near like Russia or something like that. That
Ah,
I think because that's actually if you're like the peninsula, yeah, that's part of Russia, not my country. Sorry.
oh, my mistake. Sorry.
Yeah, that's super understandable. But yeah, I actually I really haven't played much any particular games like that in well, I had never played Call of Duty or any like GTA type of games or
Fair enough.
I had played some zombie hunt killing games like Doom, House of Death, something like that type of games. I was like I was like maybe 10, 11, and I can play those type of games despite they were not made for young kids, but I wasn't frightened about it. I mean, I had, if anyhow, like how about the Mario games or Donkey Kong? Nope, not at all. Never. Well, actually, that they play one Donkey Kong, but that's pretty much it.
Hmm.
I really haven't been much as a gamer as Game Guy is. Yeah, I mean, look at him. He plays this type of game all the time, but me, not really. I if I play games, there is probably like Uno or maybe Battleship or something like small games
Uh,
online. But
those are pretty good games.
yeah,
I
One of
love
my
Uno.
favorite. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, go ahead. That was
No,
my
okay.
bad.
I was saying, one of my favorite planes in DCS is actually a Swedish plane. It's called the JAS or JAS 39 Gripen. It's a fighter jet that your country made back in the late 90s to replace
Ooh.
earlier interceptors, and it is very good. It's not perfect, but it's pretty good. It's light, it's cheap, it's maneuverable, it's very reliable, and very well armed. It's yeah.
yeah, that's true. I mean, like you look at one other world famous game that's went from my country, Minecraft. Who could even who could even imagine like that type of game would be so popular and it had so many players around the world?
I got
It's like
Minecraft right now. I'm playing it.
Okay.
it's like okay, you probably heard of Angry Birds.
Of course.
That is that's a game from made from Finland, a neighbor country to Milo. They even made the movies based on that games. And I mean, just look at some other games that they have been made for over the years, like Sonic. They made multiple different TV series, and a few movies are based on that, like cartoon movies and the live action. I mean, even though I've seen the first two live action, I'm looking forward to the third one. There were some thoughts of, Jim Carrey, if he's going to remain the role as Robotnik or not. There were at one point that he was considered even to retire from acting. If he had done that, they
Wow.
wouldn't have replayed his role as Robotnik. In certain, like in Star Wars episode nine.
I'm personally more of a Star Trek guy. There's nothing wrong with Star Wars. I'm more of a Star Trek kind of guy. I like that it's a bit more realistic in Star Wars. I'm just confused half the time. Where do humans come
Well,
from? Who are all these aliens? What the heck is going
yeah,
on?
yeah, it makes sense. But which of the Star Trek are your, how to say it, your favorite
You and me? We're
series
gonna get
of
along
those?
fine.
I personally, I know a lot of people give this some negative side. I do personally like the newer like TV series of Star Trek. It's like Star Trek Discovery, Star Trek Strange New Worlds. It's not. I personally like it. My favorite original classic movie is either Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan or Star Trek VI. I think it's called The Undiscovered Country. This is some of my personal.
Ooh, those. Yeah, I even remember, like, I even had a copy of the movie Star Trek when they
What?
when I traveled to 1986 to take one of those humpback whales back to Earth to save it.
That
Here's the
was.
thing.
Oh, sorry.
But here's the thing. In this, there is a certain more book series based on what happened in that movie, though. Like in non-canon sources, is that those the creators of that particular alien probe, they were actually an also type of aquatic species, like which they were certain kind super dolphins, and they were forced to leave their own homeworld after an alien species might be in the Borg. Could cause that. And I think the original series was actually not that bad. But there is one scene from the first movie they made where Decker and Delilah, or Lila, what her name is, when they merged with Fisher as a pure life energy life form. I was really surprised of that. I mean, it's kind of good.
It is good. I think the movie you're talking about is Star Trek 4. Yeah, it's Star Trek 4. I forget the title. The Voyage Home. Wait, no, that's the wrong one. But Star Trek
Yeah,
4.
I think there's that.
Yeah, Star Trek 4.
Yeah, and I also have seen the Star Trek original series. In one of the in one of those episodes is where they travel to a planet where the entire population had escaped through some sort of time portal,
Ah,
and that they knew that their planet was being destroyed by this supernova. When they traveled to that particular planet's prehistory, like I might have to say close to its Stone Age, there was one thing that they didn't
Just get
know.
invisible walled.
Uh, when
Uh,
when Spock was in that time frame, he started to acting as savage, like his ancestors were. And that woman he fought against in a non in the
sorry.
non-canonical source, he actually ended up having a son with that woman.
bless you.
But that never happened in the like canonical sources. And one of the ones of the things like this, there's one species from Star Trek, Breen, those are having those type of suits. They had never seen their face for what, because when they showed up in like Deep Space Nine or Voyager or something like that, or even Next Generation, their faces was never seen at all. Like we knew that they were humanoids, and there were some stories and rumors that their planet is like a planet that might be like during an ice age or something. Because the story is like if whenever anyone has seen the actual face of a brain, they would never they would never been allowed to be alive to tell the story. But now in the Star Trek Discovery season 5, we actually can see their faces.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry about all the coughing. I have strep throat. Yeah.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah. It's alright.
But Star Trek Discovery, I seen from season 3 to season
The
5.
other guy just left.
Cody, but he will be back.
Okay. I'm still
But
gonna use
I
power
haven't.
for it.
Yeah, people can go and come and go when they want to. It's up to.
Yep.
Yeah, so yeah, basically though, I have seen
Oh,
almost.
also, I might want to give you, a quick heads up. Sometimes StreamYard just kind of kicks you out sometimes for no reason at all. It's really
Yeah, that
stupid
happens.
sometimes. So you might want to keep an eye out whenever that happens.
Is that a bug or is that just like how it is?
It could be a bug, it could be a glitch, or
I would
I
describe
don't
it as
know.
a bug, but I don't know. I think it's just a weird glitch that just happens
Yeah,
sometimes.
and especially when the time when we had those bots that showed up,
Oh,
In one of the bots put the letter L, like 150 almost instantaneously.
what?
And
Why did it
yeah,
do that? Why?
I don't know why.
There
And the
wasn't just
fact is,
one bot. I think there was like
3 of them
four or
total.
maybe five.
Yeah, I think it was three or
That was
four.
there. I remember.
Yeah, and
Was it three? I thought it was four.
here's the thing about it though. Um, normally I can see because in the screen in the back when you're on the corner, I can see the one who's in here. I can immediately it's like
Ow.
if I click on them,
Yeah.
if I click on them, I can see when that if it's an actual person. I mean, I can look at yours. It says authenticated with YouTube.
Mhm.
But when those bots showed up, I couldn't even look at it. I mean, I couldn't even click on it, and I couldn't even go. I mean, I couldn't even close down this tab
Mm.
when I was StreamYard. I tried, but it didn't work.
Wow,
So I had to close. Yeah, I don't know why it happened, but it somehow made the whole thing slower.
that blows my
And
mind. Oh, jeez.
I you have, I mean, I have no answers why that happened. So I had to close down the entire Firefox program
Yeah.
and restart again. And
Yep.
that happened. And the third, I think it was like I had to do it like 2 or 3 times at most top.
Wow.
And and the third time, I managed to ban all of those bots.
Thank God.
And those were the only times that I ever had any bots. And trust me, I was really confused. Like, and the second time when this bot happened, it showed up in the stream. One of those free ones. They put it another letter, like the letter F, almost like almost like 200 of those. I was like, what in the world is going on here? I was like, I was like, screw it. Yeah. And the thing is about this StreamYard, you can actually delete those afterwards if you don't want to keep them.
Ah,
And that
cool.
when you delete them from StreamYard, they also been deleted from YouTube.
Yeah.
I um I actually done that uh, a few times before, and yeah, it's like no issue with that. Um, StreamYard allows you with if you have a free plan, you can stream for 20 hours. Oh, Cody Lane's here. Different Cody. Um, but yeah, uh, I mean, I actually had uh, been on an active stream um, longer than like 20 hours, like 21 hours. But it doesn't. In the first time uh, when that happened, I didn't know if anyone streaming longer than actual time. I wondered if there's like, is my stream gonna be shut down or like ended automatically? But it didn't. And here's another detail I didn't know until like later on. Um, when you start the stream the first time, every single month, the same day, like the same number of like the for me, I started my streams on the 11th. So every 11th of each month is where it resets with a new 20 hours. But if you had this premium, you have unlimited time. You can stream for say you can stream for 7 days non-stop without even close down it.
Mm.
That's kind of cool. But yeah, even like for all that has StreamYard Premium, yeah, let's say my parents they would not allow it, especially
Oh,
that amount of money
um,
they cost.
how old are you? If you don't mind me asking.
What?
I said, how old are you? If you don't mind me asking.
For free.
What the?
Oh, got it. All right, just wanted
Yeah,
There's an invisible wall there. I forgot about
uh,
that.
Cody. Yeah, Cody himself is in his mid 20s. Game guys, early 20s.
How old do
So
you think I am?
14.
Dang it! I forgot I told you.
He's literally in the private
Yeah.
chats just chilling.
Gosh darn it! I just looked at it and I looked at. I'm just like, oh man, he saw it. Oh,
Wow.
one more thing. Well, if what is your personal favorite MLP character? Like, just on like your own personal level, like just your opinion. Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, no.
I was saying, what is your personal favorite MLP character? Like, it could be anyone.
Oh, that's easy. That's if it's just one, that's Luna. But I have multiple ones. That's Luna, Discord, Sky. So there
What?
are different many ones. But from G5, that's
That's
it's
a bit
like
late.
Sunny, Hitch, and some of you like that. But yeah, yeah, like the only thing is yeah, who cannot forget Spike? Um,
Were you disappointed when G5 came out? Because I kind of recently,
um,
I know I'm in the teenager area to where like I'm keeping all of this to myself. I'm not telling anyone that this. Yeah, you may see, you would think who's guy who loves war stuff. You would think he would not watch a child show. You would be wrong.
well, you're not wrong because back in 2019 when they Hasbro announced that the MLPG 4 is going to be in there to be replaced by the new generation, I was really disappointed because
Mm,
at the time they have run it for this series for 9 years. I thought maybe they were going to continue for another maybe a few years because they were nearly at the 10 years anniversary of the show. And here's the thing. Normally, normally when a show is being canceled or being ended, if that it all has lower view ratings, but MLP didn't, or at least the G4 didn't.
mm,
I mean, sure, some episodes have a little bit lower viewers, but the most other episodes had quite high. Some actually have between maybe as 5 million views of Republic.
mm.
Others may have less than that, but yeah, it makes sense. But then when the G5 came around, Lunar Sonar Sewer Arc, not others that we have talked before, is here. But yeah, when G5 was announced, I was like, what? Then, but there were some talks about that they were going to
Oh, that's Thora.
replace it with
No.
new characters, with the new generation, and I was like, is this going to be a whole new type of country? Because G3 was not
Oh,
in
Mario,
Equestria.
get in there.
Really, it wasn't.
So, no. Not even G.
I've actually never seen any of the G3. I've only watched. Well, wait.
Yeah.
What's
So,
G3 like? Is it like how old is it?
no worries, Zorak. Zorak Lunar, no problem. We understand if you can't talk because you want to have anyone awake. So, no
Oh yeah.
worries. So, yeah, back when G4 was announced, G5 was announced,
Mhm.
the word when Hasbro did officially announce that you could have decided to continue with Equestria because there are still some
Ow.
part of the country that was there was still a part of the country that was not had even been explored.
Ah.
So, but then there were this concept art designs being released of the main six, where Twilight, Earth Pony, Pinky, Kisses, Fluttershy, Unicorn, and the others remain as they were. So I was like, are they really official, made of Hasbro, or were they just fan made? I don't know, but I was really confused. And but then when they revealed that there
Yeah, I
were
don't know
going to
if
be a new
that,
character,
maybe.
when they later also revealed there's going to be new characters, I was
God,
like,
my drink. Sorry, I dropped. Oh, jeez, I spilled my drink. I spilled my drink. Sorry.
that happens.
God, I got.
But like I said, yeah, but like I said, when G5 was announced that there's gonna be in, when new characters, I was like, okay, that's nothing new though. I mean, they add the new characters in the show in G4 all the time. Like when Scootaloo's parents showed up, Applejack's parents came out in the story, even if only one episode. Yeah, there was a lot of that so much. Like, but then when they revealed, instead for like this type of 2D style, it's gonna be like more CGI version. And I was like, really? Just Lunar, just so you know, maybe that you probably wishes very much
Oh,
since
I was gonna
Taylor
say,
is 14. Yeah.
I was
Um.
gonna say, Lunar. Yeah, I was gonna say, didn't he just explain to us that he, like
Yeah.
which is
I
completely
mean,
understandable.
well,
She
actually,
wasn't here before that. You couldn't have heard it unless she was here.
Oh,
Just saying.
the in curse words are more allowed
Kinda.
in a private chat, since
yeah,
no others can even read it except for us.
except for
Uh,
us, yeah.
yeah, so as long as we don't, unless we don't read them out loud, it's fine.
Yeah, what the
But it just
what the
as
audience
long
doesn't
as you
know.
don't, yeah, as long as you don't say too many, uh, too rude. And if you want to tell a joke, that's also that I should mention is how to say on the fine line, because some jokes that some we may think is funny, but others can take them as an insult, or you never
Definitely.
know what it is that. So it depends on what type of joke you're going to be
No,
saying.
I need to check it. Alright.
But yeah, but like I said about the G5, there were this a lot of questions that within the Brony fandom,
Wait,
they
if
were
I
understandable that half of the community was, or at least not half, but everyone was had mixed feelings with this. Like, is this gonna be good, or is this gonna be terrible, be bad? I mean, it is understandable when it's like, why would they have to end it a very successful series to be replaced with a new one? It doesn't even make
wait,
sense.
wait.
Normally, when the show is has bad ratings, they just simply cancel the show. But they decided to just replace it.
I mean, yeah,
I was like really
question,
surprised of that. But
questionable decisions made.
yeah, it's
Everything has its faults. Nothing is perfect in life, and nothing ever will
mhm,
be. I'm not going to be perfect. You're not going to be perfect. But still,
exactly.
kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Shady. Okay,
Yeah, shame those like that. Yeah,
shady.
but
Um,
there's another.
where did that star go?
Wait, what?
No clue. I never pay attention to that. But it's like but even like when they also made
I'm
Pony
talking
Life.
about my game.
Okay.
Pony Life is another thing that I hadn't seen much itself. Is that the only difference is that if you look at the
Where,
landscape of like Ponyville, and it matched
where's the
not at
star?
all
Where
as
would
the
I
original
be?
series, and that when Discord showed up in
Hmm.
Pony Life, he wasn't voiced by John Delancey, as because he was at the same. There was actually the voice actor for Macintosh instead from John
Ugh.
Delancey. I was like, what the?
Side
So
note,
I
real
was like,
quick. I hate Pony Life so much.
yeah.
Pony Life
And
is the
here's like I
worst.
said, here's the thing that was
What's down
the
there?
strange is that there is this that Pinky. Is that not other than that she's selling this sweets and pastry on the corner? She also selling potions, like magical potions, at the cafe. She is not the one that
See,
makes
get
them,
it,
but she
Lunar.
is selling them for someone else to make them. And here's yeah, yeah, that's what happened in the Pony Life, not the actual G4.
Oh, jeez.
Here's
Okay.
the okay. There's only three known of what those spells actually do. Here, you will get a laugh of this one. One of the spells, the potions. Oh, by Taylor. One of the potions gives you laser eyes. Yeah, that's pretty weird. I mean,
Ooh.
I was like, laser eye, really? um, well, actually,
Well, Lunar, there's I don't know, but it's not a good series. I
well,
I have very strong bad opinions. By bad, I mean I
you're
think
not
the
the
show is
yeah, you're not
bad
the only one.
on
Yeah,
Pony Life.
um, but basically, is that Pinky is not the one who makes those potions. There's a unicorn that makes those potions, and a Pinky just selling them.
Wait, what? Oh,
And
grab
there
the
is another thing is there's even if you remember back in G4 that both
yeah,
Applejack and
yeah.
Apple
I
Bloom
kind of
are
read
looking
about that.
when Apple Bloom and Apple Bloom or Applejack and Apple Bloom are trying to capture this mysterious being that will give the family some luck with trying to capture in a hole in the ground. There is another creature that also made appearance in Pony Life called Big Hoof, as a reference of Big Hoof, the Bigfoot. I had this supposed to be look like Bigfoot, like tall, but it has antlers for horns. I never saw the episode. I don't know if there's. I don't know even that was even broadcast on TV or. Yeah, Big Hoof. Yeah, it's. I think it's more or less. I believe there's actually some reference to the Bigfoot. If you look at this
Yeah.
other, and if you look at the other creatures that appeared in G4,
Okay.
uh,
You put that
like
way.
Hydra. Hydra is based on the Greek mythology. Rock, the giant bird, is from the Arabic mythology, and many others like centaurs and so yeah. Basically, those different creatures are based on real, uh, well, I'll say real, but they're based on uh, from the actual mythologies. But Big Hoof has no connection to any other ones except for the like there'd be a parody version of Bigfoot.
Yeah, guys. I'm back. Sorry, I had to something. I gotta go. My dad wants us. It's the weekend. He wants to spend some family time. My mom's gonna leave
Mm,
for work, so yeah, I gotta go, and I don't want.
yeah, no worries,
Yeah,
no
no
worries.
offense.
We understand.
Yeah, yeah, no offense to any of y'all. I don't want to. Yeah, I don't really want him. Like he wouldn't be mad, but I just feel kind of embarrassed. I don't feel embarrassed about y'all, but just a subject of. So I'll see you around. I didn't want to be rude and just leave. Y'all.
No, if it happens that you leave without, I mean, we are actually used by that because our friend Kubu can sometimes happen to leave without saying a single word where he's going and not even coming back. So, but he then later revealed on
So does
Discord what's
Hayden.
happened. So, yeah, or Hayden. So yeah, we are kind of used to that by now. So,
Yeah, sorry, I gotta go. See y'all around. See ya.
see ya.
I might pop into the next stream or something like that.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, see ya.
Ooh, next thing
Yep.
is the game show one, so let's see how that goes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
but just I wanna real quick just talk about why I hate Pony Life now.
yeah, you're not the only
Oh
one, dude.
jeez, I have so many.
It
I
is
have
so
so many
bad. It
problems
is
with
so
it.
bad.
Here's
But I
the
will.
thing. I think the biggest problem with that, honestly, characters are flanderized as hell. They
Mm,
do not feel like the same characters at all, and
mm-mm, nope.
I hate it. It's just like, why would you make this I don't know, like this side series and not have the right personalities or whatever? Also, the
Yeah.
Flash animation drives me crazy. I know Flash animation can look good, it can be good. It just doesn't work for Pony Life at all. And I don't like it. I do not. G5 is better. It
Yeah.
might be new, but at least new. There's something new.
Ben had to been saying this.
You know what I mean? It's just
Even in Pony Life, Pinky has not only she actually has another sibling. She has a brother named Octavio Pi.
which did not who didn't exist in
Exactly.
G4 as far as I'm concerned. So they just so they just
Yeah, they use that.
pulled the
Yeah, they
character right out of their butt cheeks.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
just
So if I
ridiculous.
were that, just saying this, if I'm had to do it as a game for stream based on the MLP, I never include anything from the GC. Well, actually, I kind of include some from Pony Life, but yeah, yeah, it is just. I mean, according to this on Wikipedia or sorry, Google, uh, Pinky Brothers' brother Octavio Pi is a male Earth pony, but yeah, I really haven't much, you know. When I first heard about it, like Pinky had a brother, I was like, what? They never mentioned that in the main series, but I mean, when they said mentioned when they first came out without mentioning that Pony Life, I was like, well, this might be interesting. I was looking forward to see because I heard it's gonna be now like this chibi style of how the designs look like. I was like, I'm a little bit interested to see what it's been
I
gonna be
don't.
like.
I have a love hate relationship with that style. I
Yeah, I mean,
sometimes it's cute, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's the
it depends,
Powerpuff
of course,
Girls
what it's
reboot
about. Yeah,
2014.
yeah,
uh,
I was
it just doesn't
curious and a little bit
work.
interested to see how this is gonna look like. But when I
Oh, I'm
saw that,
I'm
and
very
when I saw the
excited.
landscape or the layout of
What?
Ponyville's town, I was,
Sure.
yeah, let's say I was not happy about it. So, but I had even seen the entire series of Pony Life, which is also known as G4.5. Yeah, 4.5. I was like, yeah, th- I can say this. Until yesterday, I also saw this on G5 wiki of MLP. It said that the word that someone had found pictures of toy line for Equestria Girls of G5 with Pip and Sip as humans, and
Sir.
those were released, or at least those photos was somehow was from 2023, so about a year ago. But yeah, but it didn't make sense because there were no mention of any of that. And even when Make Your Mark,
Dude,
and even when the first
stop
movie was
throwing me.
released, there were no mention of any
Throw me to the
plans of
car, I dare you.
Equestria Girls. I did actually see this trailer of Equestria Girls version of G5 on YouTube only about a couple of days ago. But it was like a April Fool's joke story or anything, because I was really surprised. But and I don't know that how many knows of this. Uh, Make Your Mark, the last chapter, chapter 6, wasn't originally the last one. There was originally to be a seventh chapter, but that was changed during the production. I didn't even knew about it, and even especially now that they have made this when Tell Your Tale, the one that's two D style, that now continues. That each episode is only about 5 minutes, but they have made that the second season having four special stories, and those are 22 minutes. The first one was set to be released in March this year, but it wasn't until like early April. And it was about Issy lost her, how say, sense of create stuff. So with this crystal that's known as Nova Charm, somehow made her travel to different places, like back to Starlight Ridge from the one they made from the last special back chapter 6, I believe it was. So yeah, and she ended up in this deep under the ocean, where she encountered a sea pony named Destiny. But I can't say if if she is an actual like those hippogriffs like Silverstream, or if she's an actual sea pony without having been a hippogriff. They never revealed that part. And yeah, and the second special is gonna be released sometime. Yeah, actually, the artifact apparently
Those
still
there.
exists in G5. But like I said, I don't know if these are a separate sea pony species or if they are somehow related to the hippogriffs. She didn't say that she was living in Sea Equestria or anything, but only that she lives in a place called Jade Sea. So I have no idea if it's like those, if the same uh, sea ponies that we saw back in G4 or not. It's yeah, I have no idea. I mean, even like when the dragons, when they reappeared, apparently they end up sleeping for centuries. Well, they might be as I mean, they might be uh, hippogriffs, or they can just simply also be um, how to say, might even be a whole different species of kind of sea ponies that live in different sea or ocean. But about the dragons, it turned out Twilight is the one responsible for dragons to put in sleep for centuries.
Let's see.
Yeah, but those dragons, they had even aged a day for over 300 years. Well, that is what I think, at least, how long they've been. Um, I put the next seed in the comment there, right there. Well, here's the thing. You know what? Okay, Lunar. You know about Opaline, right? Yeah. Since she was
Look, you know what?
banished.
I'm gonna do Conan first.
Yeah, don't know about that. Uh, okay, a little brief here. It turned out that both Luna, Celestia, and Opaline are from the same place, from a land called Skyros, land of the alicorns.
Oh
And she is the
my.
same. Oh, that is just one Mario. So Opaline is the same age as Luna and Celestia. She is actually immortal. So basically, uh, Opaline, she came to Equestria. She decided that she in her mind that alicorns are superior and that they deserve all the magic and not the other kinds. So she wanted to steal the magic. And this was in fact during Twilight's reign or her rule. So
Nope.
basically,
Nope.
Opaline, even though back in the comics of G5, they actually were Discord mention of this wicked pony, one that caused the problem. Opaline actually traveled to Ponyville during when the main six was still alive. She caused the problem. She is the one that the older pony kinds are went separate. Even though the main six managed to defeat her, but the damage was all done. It would take them many times longer. And then Twilight decided to take all the magic from Equestria, from every single corner of the kingdom, and put them in three crystals, Unity crystals. And each one was given to three kinds. So around the time Zephyr Heights, Bradwood, and Maritime Bay was established, because oh, bye bye Mario. But
I
yeah,
just
so
got
they were
eaten.
yeah, but
What
so yeah,
do you say?
they were actually but yeah, since those cities were actually established when there was still peace. Because in the first movie, that we can see posters in an old abandoned station in Zephyr Heights, like an airport station, but instead for airport, they were like for balloons, hot balloons. So yeah, so Opaline, she wanted to take the magic for herself in order to control. But here's the thing: even if she had taken all the magic from the ponies, she wouldn't even stop there. She wanted to stop. She wouldn't even go to his next step was Dragonlance. She even stole some of the dragon's fire and became a fire alicorn. Yeah, you heard me right. She is the alicorn that had to control the element of fire. Surprising enough, though. So, yeah, I was equally surprised when I first heard about that as well. I mean, like, what in the world? But yeah, Opaline was eventually defeated, and Twilight, after she had put the magic in the crystals, she had taken all the magic from the dragons and put that in a stone called Dragonstone. But they still have the fires. Yeah, yeah, it's serious. It is real. She can literally control fire by her own. But here's another small detail: that despite after all this, Twilight put a spell, like a
Where is
barrier.
Star-Lord?
Like she put this magical, like a shield, like a bubble, covered entire Equestria to hide the magic from Opaline. So Opaline could not get inside. And here's another small detail that never explained in back in G4, that if you've seen the tree that is growing next to our castle is called Together Tree. There are three known. One in Broadwood, second one in that's eventually, but the main five, now main six, grow in Maritime Bay, and the third one that Misty grew in Zephyr Heights. And all those trees, despite being miles away, are connected by the roots. Yeah, those roots had grown all of those miles into being connected. And Opaline exploited that part because she traveled by traveling like open a magical portal for her own to get a tree and end up being Zephyr Heights and Maritime Bay and stole the cutie marks from the ponies. If you remember when the Starlights took the main six cutie mark, they had this mark, like this equal mark on their flanks. But when Opaline took the cutie marks, they were completely gone. And those cutie marks, she took them back with her to her own place. Kinda, but there's only like three. There were only like three trees on those totaled. But here's the thing: those cutie marks that she took, she went back to her home, her own castle, and put those cutie marks on the tree's leaves. And so what happened at the main five, now well actually now by the point main six, the new one, they traveled through Dragonlance, and they actually managed to wake up Spike, which is now the new Dragon Lord. Yeah, why the least I really have no idea. I mean, after all, Starlight put the cue marks in form of bottles, but a leaf of a tree, I have no idea. That was a complete surprise to me, though. Maybe like she's like Ursula. I don't even know. But here's another thing: is when the main six they went to the island of the Dragonlance, or also known as Isle of Scaly, where they encountered the dragons. And Spike is the new Dragon Lord. I don't know how that was even possible, but he said that he and the other dragons have been asleep in this magical hibernation for centuries.
Works.
And yeah, so and even okay, even back when G5 was announced, and even when the first movie took place, they never revealed exactly how long time had been passed between the G4 and G5's beginning. But after in chapter 5 or chapter 6, I think it was chapter 6, one of the last episodes, where Sunny actually said that there had been centuries, and I believe it is around 300 years. And here's the like they actually kind of give a hint to almost kind of how long that's been. Because in Tale Your Tale, Sunny actually finds this blanket, which has been in her family for 10 generations. And about 10 generations in our world is roughly is 300 years. So I took that as a reference. And as Sunny, she did say it had been centuries. But here's the one part is this blanket was split into three parts. One was hidden in the actual under the royal throne in Separate Heights. And when Queen Haven saw the one that they brought, she said her throne room, yeah, there was like a blanket. This was actually in Tale Your Tale, the cartoon
I'm
style
dead.
version they made this years. Um, they were actually doing some room spring cleaning at this lighthouse or bright house, what it's now called. And the blanket came out from a box. And they also found this recording from Argyle recorded or mentioned about this blanket. It was a family blanket, which had been in her family for 10 generations, which dates back to time of Twilight's ruling. And this blanket, when they went to Separate Heights, Queen Haven, she pointed out that the when she saw that her from that the the front room on the blanket, she said a statement that her front room hasn't looked like that in centuries. There's another reference, centuries. So the second part was hidden in a box or in a chest in Sephir in Bradwood. And when they all had the three pieces, they went back home and put it together. Plot twist. The blanket was round, like a circle. But here's another plot twist, the most impressive one, that this
A
blanket,
circular compound.
is that the blanket had these uh, pictures. But the thing is, the pictures was of Sunny, Hitch, Sip, Pip, all the main five. But here's the thing. That blanket, like I said, was made 10 generations earlier. So that, yeah, those like, you know that when someone makes a blanket, but it can be in shapes on it, like patterns, like some have
Isn't
been
that
stitched.
called a quilt?
Oh, like a quilt, like sorry, yeah, like a quilt or like a. But they said a blanket, but it was like a quilt. They had this someone has stitched in figures
Wonder.
on the blanket or this quilt with the
That's
main
so.
five on it. But the thing is, the blanket wasn't was actually there was like but this one was actually made over centuries ago, around 10 generations earlier, way earlier when this main five was even born. And there was even way before even that all those events had happened. As we know, Celestia had this ability to see in the future. So how this blanket or this quilt had ended up in the family of Sunny in the first place, it's never been explained. But since that happened, that ever since Argyle died at some point in the movie, never explained how, but there were also questions. What about her mother?
Oh, actually,
Now,
I want to show this off.
but now we have the answer. Maybe it is because maybe that Celestia could have seen, or this blanket or this quilt could also have been made during the time of Twilight being ruled the country or the kingdom. She might have been the one that actually saw this happening and had it been made. I don't even know that because it was never revealed. And like I said, Sunny's mother also has now finally been revealed, but we don't know her actual name, only known as Sunny's mom. She was like Argyle. She believed in those stories of the Ponykind used to be friends. In fact, when Sunny was still as a filly, she left. Not because that they had an argument or anything, because she went on a quest to find something that could bring back the magic. They didn't say precise what it were. If there was one of those crystals, it never exactly never mentioned. I don't even know what myself what it was is about. It could be anything. Another small things that they also made reference in this is that now at least not knowing that there were at least another pony in Maritime Bay who believed in those stories of Twilight, because the others they didn't even believe at all. I mean, oh, now I remember one thing. In the first movie, A New Generation, in the opening scenes, there's one detail, one item that's was a big deal back in G4 season 9. Grugar's bell. Somehow. Oh, wow. That's a raspberry or strawberry Mario. Or chili Mario. But
You've
like I
heard of
said,
a redhead, but I don't think you've been this. Mamma mia.
yeah.
Mario, please.
But basically, the bell that Grugar had was found in the lighthouse. But I don't know if that was actually the actual bell or if this was called Easter egg. Yeah, I don't know. It's never they never revealed it why. But here's the thing. Back in when the beginning of G5, at least the first movie, this was one time when still the magic was gone. It just disappeared, and that the main that time is that the pony kind lived separately. They hadn't even been friends for so long time, and that even Sprout's mother and many others in town didn't believe in those stories, despite how many times
Wait.
Argyle tried to teach the others about it. They believed it was some sort of propaganda.
Yeah.
Even though, but here's the thing: um, the Earth ponies believed that the magic that the unicorns had could like made them could read their minds and even use the magic to fry the brain, like cooking the brain, like fry them. But it wasn't even real. Um, Another thing that the Earth pony, the unicorn believed of the Earth ponies that they were stupid, or not. They smelled like fish. And Pegasus, they believed, yeah, kind of sort of an online reference in that um, the Pegasus, they believed that the unicorns ate their kids, and that they also think that the Earth ponies were completely stupid, like having a pre-brain or something like that. Another thing is that Pegasi believed about the unicorns is that putting a tennis ball on their horn would block out our use of magic. So one of the guards from Zephyr Heights put a tennis ball on Issy's horn, believing it would stop her from using magic. And yeah, and when they came to Zephyr Heights, they were shocked to find out that none of the ponies there, the Pegasus, couldn't even fly. Yeah, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't. But they find out that none of the Pegasus couldn't fly. Except they thought at first that the royal family could fly because they apparently do that when they fly down from the top of the ceiling in the throne room. But Sip revealed they couldn't. They only wired was having wires like ropes behind their backs so they can fly. Suppose quote unquote fly. And even when they found at least two of the crystals, nothing happened. It wasn't until when they when Sunny convinced Sprout's mother and Queen Haven and Apple Barrel to realize that the problem wasn't just the crystal, it was themselves. They had to realize, embrace the friendship. And when that happened, the crystals activated and they turned her to an alicorn. Plot twist. She can turn into alicorn at time when she wanted. Like she can be a normal Earth pony and activate her alicorn powers at any time. In the beginning, she had the problem with that, but now she can control it easier. Yeah, I was blown my mind because when Twilight returned alicorn, she remained as permanent. I was I was not expecting that. So yeah, it's another thing is Sunny later learned from her friends that Apple Barrel is the biological father to Misty, and she didn't even know that herself. Misty herself actually she went missing while she was lost. When she was a filly, she was chasing an animal in the Brightwoods forest and ended up going missing in the fog. Even though Apple Barrel looked for her, but she then encountered Opaline, who took her in, raised her as her own daughter slash assistant. Because even when Misty showed up in the first movie in the post credits, there was a lot of questions like, who is she? Is she a servant, assistant? I was like, yeah. And even back then, Opaline was only known as Shouty Pony or Shouty Alicorn. But now we know as her real name, Opaline Arcana. It's a lot of that I really had no idea. And other things, when Make Your Mark made the announcement it's gonna start, I was like, okay, now this series is gonna last for at least a few years. But nope, it didn't do that. It did last for only 6 chapters. And then decided to end G5 and the Make Your Mark. When they announced the Make Your Mark is gonna end, I was like, okay, so that means G5 ends. It's not so it's gonna bring G6. But no, they didn't. Because they had this Tell Your Tale series on YouTube. Will continue from there. But Mickey Mark episodes were around 22 minutes long, but the one on YouTube is only 5 minutes. So there's a lot of things that's yeah. And they have a new main villain named Alora, a flying snow leopard,
Hmm.
and her sidekick or
Okay.
minion, and her minion is a rabbit named Twitch. And he can't even talk though. I was like, what? And yeah, it's a lot of that. And uh, no, a flying snow leopard, just a flying, and she has ability to create ice with her own paws. So she actually was living in this place called Starlight Ridge, and that's the
Understandable.
and
Okay. Let's get away from that
that
piano.
place was like, well, but the place that she lived had unicorns. Correction, different kind of unicorns. They were called auroricorns, like aurora, but aurori corns. And that particular pony's horns, they were made of like crystal. No joke, like crystal horns. And Allura has a brother, but he was never seen, or only his voice could have been heard, nothing else. So, and to tell you tale is now in this second season. As far as I know, it's gonna be like 40 episodes in this one, and the first season has 71 totaled. So yeah, and the dragons. Here's the thing: the dragons actually, if you know, Spike has a fire that he can send the scrolls to between Celestia and Luna, or even Celestia and Twilight, or basically anyone. But the other dragons had also a unique fire. Like, one is named Fountain. She can with her fire to bend and manipulate water. One can control light. Spark, the Sparky, he has a fire that he can transform anything. He can transform a lamp into a cake, for example. But here's the thing: the other dragons have heard of this type of ability of fire called transformation fire, but to them it was a myth, like a story, a legend. But he later was shocked that it was
With
actually.
our 3 stars open store. I need 8 more stars. Yep, that's definitely how math works. Thanks, game.
And another thing is that Spike, he that Opaline had taken two dragons under her control, like mind control. She managed to take the other dragons as well, including Spike. But she actually had demanded from Misty multiple times in order to take Spike's fire in order to increase her strength again. But she took Sparky to her castle. She had almost drained all his magical fire, and while he was doing that, the process, he was actually hanging outside of a window. And it was like not like ground level floor. It was like really up high in the air. And when she had drained all the magical fire from Sparky, she would even cared if he fell down and died from the fall. She didn't even care about that at all. But luckily for Misty, she had changed her heart and she stopped and actually became a double agent. Like, no, more like a spy. She was trying to help the main six of the main five and trying to stop Opaline. Well, let's say in the end, Opaline ended up being defeated. The Sparky used his magical fire in the end to transform the tree of the castle to take away Opaline's own cutie mark and end up have her complete sealed around her by the tree. Yeah, the infant dragon, yes. It looks like it could have been almost the same size as Spike or when he was still baby dragon. The difference is that he can talk and he was born with the wings. He didn't have them like Spike had. That's kind of the difference. And Malachite just showed up. So yeah, so basically there are a lot of difference in the main series of uh, G5 and G4. Like Queen Haven, she is the current ruler of the Zephyr Heights, but there has never been mention of the king at all. Like no mention by the name or where that is, nada, sip, nothing at all. So, and Sep, who is the oldest, she is the one that's going to take over the throne. But she doesn't want to because she doesn't want to be as the next ruler or anything. She really doesn't like to be it. And Sep and Pip, yeah, that's not a thing. Oh, who can I forget this? Yeah. See you another time though, Lunar. See you around.
See you, Lunar. Been nice seeing you again.
Yeah. So I
Probably
will
do that
be
later.
I will be muted here for a little bit. Also, Malakat, you should have been here earlier. Um, one of the Mario that he had at the beginning was like light, almost like white blue, like light blue
Where the
white
hell is this
ish.
last coin?
Is a color and blue head, blue hands,
Oh, there
shoes,
it is.
and a hat. Uh, or at least the part of his back hair, his neck was like dark blue. That was great. And now he's chilly Mario. We actually had another person join in the stream that hasn't been here before, named Taylor. Yeah, so he's actually younger than us, but he was actually a cool person to talk to. So yeah, I'll be muted here for a little bit so you guys can talk or what you want to do. But if you misbehave, I will fine you. Just kidding.
Whoa. Okay, Mario. don't wave dash it that way. Oh, I can go up here. Fitting. Yeah, I'm not doing this level. Ah! Well, I tried. So I guess while we're waiting for Swedish to come back, uh, I don't know. We could talk about this bizarre, weird ass game that I got going on here. Also, that's where I might have said Aura instead of Lunar. Her name used to be Aura. And now it's not. It throws me off sometimes. Because I'm not used to changing names. Despite me not changing it. Anyway. So for the people that don't know what the heck's going on with me, with this bizarre game that's happening right now, this is a randomizer.
Well, I'm back.
So
Just grab something to
that's
drink.
happening.
Well, Cody, yeah, I totally agree with you about couples and the G5. You know, of all the
Wait, no, I
shippings
can't
ideas that I had, or at
look
least
at this.
well, one of the most shippings I never
Oh,
never thought of,
I guess it.
Queen Haven with Affabel. Now that is that is one shipping I never even imagined is going to happen.
Yep. Thanks, game.
But there is one. There's one actually that were fans made of shipping. Uh, Yaz Dazzle and Rocket Rift. And recently, about a month ago or so, they made it official. So, yeah. You know, even back when the back of the series started, I wondered what if we don't know, what her son's mother, her father is, but what about her mother? Now we know at least how she looks like, but her actual name, well, that's an unknown. We don't even know her actual name though. Um, Sonny Hitch. You know, it's difficult to say right now, but it's possible that he might even be end up with a girl. He might end up being with a guy. Or not at all. There's actually one character from the series, from G5. Um, I think a character from a separate uh, popular pop band, electric, electric.
Uh,
I was, but that pony doesn't say, isn't announced as either male or female.
wait,
And no, it's not non-binary or gender fluid. They had even revealed what this pony's gender is, but they have its name, but they haven't revealed if it's a male or female. I don't know if that was like an error issue or something like that. I don't know, but yeah, it's G5. I really hope there be more shippings. I mean, I had wished that they could continue the
cool.
Mickey Mark series for at least a few years, but nope, they want to do that. Like, well, we don't want to. Be next, you could do something else. I just one of you crazy things about it. But if I had to say, the one I would say hit with the shipping with,
What? Mario, how do you evolve between them?
um,
What?
I have to say, uh, Misty. Actually, in Starlight, Secret of Starlight, there were one scene of where Misty and Hitch were holding hoops with Spark between them when they were ice skating. It looked like they were like a family. To me, they look or ship more like a perfect match. But I mean, it's just my opinion, of course. Though some others may think it's not that they didn't should end up being together or not. Um, there is actually one other story request that I had. I don't remember who actually sent it to me, but I want to hear you guys' opinion about this. Someone asked me to do Mario with Twilight.
Me? With her? Uh, well, I don't know.
Yeah,
See,
I
if it was the equestrian version, sure, I get, but not the horse version. That would be weird.
Come on, come on, Mario. Princess Twilight's more fuzzier than a peach.
yeah,
You don't
I
know that.
would. I mean, think about if they had made Sonic with Twilight or Shadow with Twilight.
Knock back.
So I don't even know. But yeah, I think it's possible. Packers, he did ask me to do one story. What was it? Right? Ah, right. Mario and Peach. That's a love story. I actually had no problem with that. I mean, they have been shipped
So
for
would I.
years. So if they wanted to make Mario with Luna or Celestia, I'm like, okay. Oh, how about Superman with Celestia?
Have they lost their mind?
Well, I give you an example. There is actually one channel, Toucan DLM, I think his name is, had made this video star
Bowser, so.
where Superman meets MLP, where he actually helps them to defeat Chrysalis and General Zod from attacking Crystal Empire, and even have made where Batman meets the MLP, Spider-Man meets
What?
MLP, Queen Elsa meets MLP,
Okay.
and Kim
Well,
Possible
I'm just
to meet
like,
MLP.
right,
Just another
right.
say,
That was weird.
when Batman is in Equestria, Joker is also there. Don't joke.
Hold on a second.
Non-pun intended. But yeah. If anyone had made a story based on Celestia and Superman, I would like, not the first time as anyone had made any crazy shippings. Just saying. It has been a lot of those. I mean, like Twilight with an actual book. So, um, oh, there is even the one that someone actually had made a shipping between Applejack with an apple tree. No joke. I was like, okay, but that is not happening. There has always, like Dashi. He asked me to do his OC with Sweetie Belle as a love story, and that will be in. He has to suggest that his own OC will be installed as his actual young adult age. But then, what about Sweetie Belle? Would she have been like in her school age, like between 10 and 12? No, 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 no. That would never work out. I mean, so
Oh,
I came up with
it's
this. So I did
all
tell him
right.
this idea. What if
Okay,
that?
that.
I mean, what if that Sweetie Belle actually fell in love with, say, Dash's OC when Sweetie Belle was older? I mean, and since Dash's OC is an alicorn, he will be like an almost immortal. So, and that came to my mind when I said that because I had done something similar when it came to Peep Squeak and Luna love story. They were friends until he was older, and I can say point right now, since Luna is about 1,000 years old, maybe not like 1,000, maybe more like not like exact same age as Celestia. She might be younger. We don't know exactly how many years younger. Maybe it's 5 or maybe 10 years younger. Who knows? But something like that. So that was another thing about when I made a story. I know for a fact some people probably point out that it's just wrong. Like they're like, she's a full grown 1,000 years
What
old, and Pete Squeak is just so young. Well, it's true, but I made in the story that they didn't end up dating until when he was 20 years old himself, not before then, and made them being friends. Yeah, they were actually even friends back in the actual series where they even celebrated Night by Night. So there was not any big difference. And even when I made the story Apple Bloom and Sakura, I took a big gamble on that one because that was even before Luna and Peepsqueak. I was really expecting someone would have pointed out, yeah, that's absolute wrong. But to my surprise, it didn't even happen. A lot of people actually pointed out it was a good, and in fact, there were a lot of positive views, comments, in fact. And if they would have been pointing out this story that they telling me to just simply to remove the story, it would have been wrong. Would I listen? Yes. I would have removed the story, or maybe just put it private so that I
the
only one could see it. But I would have removed
hell?
it. But there was one story, Celestia. No, sorry, you right, Celestia and Spike. Someone actually have put it in that is pedophilia in the story or in the comments. Yeah, I agreed. But Spike is different from ponies are. Because for a fact, we have no idea how since the dragons age difference from the ponies. And that hasn't even been confirmed exactly if it is do so. but it's only based on my opinion. Basically, it's like it makes sense. They're two different species, so it wouldn't make sense in that. And it always, when it comes to my stories, I always, meaning always, make sure that I always put my viewers' point first of all. In fact, even some ideas that I have been not have been asked, but some that Fi Goddess have found to me, like Pinky with Manic the Hedgehog, Sonic's brother from a different series, Sonic Underground. I was like, okay, that makes sense. Okay, I want you guys' opinion about this shipping. You know the principal Kinch from the Friendship Games, right?
Yep.
She had been shipped with Celestia.
Oh, that's I don't know about that one.
Well, it's possible. I mean, I have to say it. Some may think, oh yeah, that's not happening. But if you think about it, there have been a lot of shippings between Discord and Celestia. Knowing Discord's past, that he were a big villain back then. So, and the fact that Kinch, the principal, she used to be in the like sort of villain in Friendship Games movie. So it doesn't have to be insane that, but it's possible after realizing what she did was a big mistake and that she could have reformed like any other villains. So I think it's possible that Cage and Celestia could end up dating in the story as a story. And but yeah, it's just like that. And it's about the same as human Celestia and human Cadence. Would they end up dating? Possible, because neither Celestia or Cadence aren't even related in the Ponyverse at all. Cadence is her adopted niece. That's it. So even if Celestia and Cadence would have ended up dating as a human or as a pony, it still would have worked because they weren't even blood related. Because here, though, in the Ponyverse, we know the fact that she adopted, but in a human verse or in a human world, we don't even know. We don't even know, or in fact, it's possible that Celestia and Luna, or that Celestia and Cadence aren't even related in the human world, or even adopted. So who knows? I mean, it's like say if like Cody's, if he had a as a ponyverse that he and Malachite are, or sorry, more like say it, if Cody and say was as a ponyverse that they were, is related to say Derpy as cousins, or like they are siblings, or no wait, as they are as cousins. But in a human world, they would even have ended up in shipping at all. I can give you one example. In Equestria, Lyra
Mm.
and Sweet Drops, aka Bon Bon, are married. But in the human world, they aren't. They are high school students. So it's a lot of details in the difference of that. So yeah, it's like if Celestia and Sunset end up being married in Equestria and they travel to human world. That also could have been complete wrong because there she is still a student. And even if that is true, because the human Celestia wouldn't have ended up dating Sunset at all, because it is absolute wrong. Because Celestia could lose her job as a principal and even end up in perhaps in behind bars. I mean, then since Sunset is a minor, and as you know, the also thing is, but it didn't happen though. Though I've seen this type of comic stories where um, Celestia, the Pony Celestia and Pony and Princess Twilight were actually dating, and they actually did went to the human world to see a sunset. There is one other story where I'm seeing this Twilight, Side Twilight and Sunset are in fact dating, and that somehow that Side Twilight end up being pregnant. The thing is, both are girls. They have no other things that have been happened between. So how that even happened? No idea. But it's just fan made art. So yeah, but it's just oh, I don't know if you guys have seen this one though, but this also fan made art work. This is based on an actual TV series called Walking Dead, where basically there's this virus that killed most of humans in the human world in the quest MLP version. Of the main six, uh, only two are known to be alive. Pinky dead, Applejack alive, Righty alive, and they are in fact dating. Um, Twilight she died while in trying to search for a cure. Um, Sunset in the last in the latest chapter on that series is um, status unknown because she was shot by uh, Pokey Pierce, a unicorn in the Questia though. But yeah, it's pretty much it's a different version of those. And some Flash Sentry has a sister in that series called Paula. It's an interesting series though. Oh,
Okay, sure.
but for the stories I have been done for the past few days, none. I have done none on my annual ideas for the past few days. It's mostly because I've been working on some quizzes of that I have in mind. Other cryptids so far working on one, and I did make two new uh, MLP quizzes. Even though one was originally 106 questions, but I decided to short it down to just 81, which is my standard. And I know, Malak, as you always says, damn, there's a lot of questions. You had so many cryptic questions, or some of those lines. I mean, you said that once before, something similar to that. So, yeah, yeah. And when I have finished all of those that I had, I will have 31 quiz of just cryptids. And yeah, and I still have plenty of questions to select
Okay.
on. Uh, but like I said right now, that is only a fraction of how many I have in mind, or at least made. So when I had those total made, that would be total of 2,511 questions total all of it together. But it is not what it is also. I in fact had a different, um, but I haven't made all of them at the moment. I think I have, let's see here, one, two, let's see here. I know this one is not. Three, let's see here. Four, let's see here. Four, let's see this one. Nope, nope, that one is working on. So there is four, five, six, seven left that I hadn't even worked on yet. Plus, I have written down cryptic questions on paper, which
No, let's
total
read
of
this.
the total number of question is let's go see here, write it
Takes
down
the power of 30
somewhere.
stars
Where
to
are
open
you?
this door. You need 16
Where are
more
you?
stars. Yep,
Ah, here we go.
that's definitely how math works.
So the total of the cryptic quests that I have so far made that I don't made so far on computer, which is let's go see now. Let's go see here. Minus minus. So I have about 26 total of those. That makes sorry uh makes it 2,106 questions. Plus on those on paper, which I have, is 1,377 and still counting. I get many of those questions on different sites, websites, or something like that. So
Okay, I'm gonna go
currently,
for 3.
so with that currently is 3,482 questions. So nearly 3,500. And I'll tell you, this is only a fraction of how many I've done so far. And like I said right now, this quizzes that I had done so far, and they are not the only ones that might be. I can I can't even say exactly how many crypto quiz I will have made for the past 2 years now, or for the next upcoming years. It might be as more than, I don't know, maybe 100 or plus, something like that. But with the 41 that I had,
Bro,
well,
what?
will
How
have,
am I gonna get over there?
so by
Jeez.
market. But with those 31 that I do have, plus those I done in the past, so I have probably done almost 40 crypto quests. Um, but after I finish this ones I have, I won't do any more crypto quests for a while since I have now almost 30. So I will have focus on some new ones like movies, TV shows. Well, and even though I did ask Malachite on Discord earlier that if he would be interested to do is a train quiz only about trains, and he said yeah. And I asked him if he could do like a co-host, like he would do one number of questions and I do one number of questions, and it's like making 100 each. He makes 100 and I make a 100. And if that is also, I can't say right now if we will make them all done together, like that will be like 200 both combined. If we decide to make like part one and part two, that's also a possibility that might happen. But right now, we don't know. So we decided to make train questions based on from UK and US and some from part of Europe. But yeah, I hadn't even worked on those myself yet. I mean, I'm not in any rush for that since we don't know when those gonna be.
Ba-bum, 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 ba-ba-ba-bum.
Are you gonna throw him or not?
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Hold on, I just gotta get him over to where the chain chomp is.
Hmm. So Cody, how have you been
Special
doing those?
delivery for the random round the dog. I'll get there. Don't wait up for me. Seriously, this guy needs to work out or something. He is heavy. I'm just having fun with him.
Game yeah.
Yeah.
If you had 10 pounds of feathers and 10 pounds of rocks, which one is the most heaviest?
The rocks.
Um, actually, Both were at the same weight. No matter if it was 10 pounds of feathers or sand, or even 10 pounds sand and 10 pounds of sugar or stones, it will still be the same weight despite that. It's like, what will go first? A feather or a bowling ball, to drop it? Well, normally someone like, oh yeah, bowling ball. Well, correct. But if you do that without an atmosphere and gravity, or well, without an atmosphere, both will fall the same time and hit the ground same time, because the atmosphere, that like the air, is the one that makes the feather slow down. So without the atmosphere, the feather will go as fast as the bowling ball hit the ground at the same time. Surprising enough, though, I didn't know that for myself as an experiment. Smith and Super Deadeye of the West. Wow, wow.
Smith and Super
That is,
Jedi of the West, we haven't seen you in forever.
yeah, it has been ages. Like what? I haven't seen like you in 100 years. Just joking.
It has been
Yeah,
a while though. Smack that window in
yeah,
the
it has
face.
been a while. Well, I mean, we haven't seen you in a long time, so we wonder what you have been. No, it's not the first time that some of us have actually been around and just gone. Like the twin brothers, they hadn't even been here like in months. They came back a couple months ago, but then hadn't even been here again. Lord, for example, he hasn't even been in the streams for quite a while. Oh,
What do you mean? He was in my stream yesterday.
yeah, I mean, in my streams, he hasn't even been in it as often as much as he used to. But that's because that he has college and that he's work and all that, and also that he spends some time with his own friends back in Scotland. It's because I have been busy for the past year because of my job. Makes sense. Jobs has always take you a lot of time. That's pretty sure. What
What the?
kind of job do you? What kind of job do you have, though,
That was
Smith's
weird.
Red Eye, if I may ask?
Okay, I was in the ice that makes me burn, and I didn't burn. Okay, that makes sense.
Oh, have you ever heard of dry ice before?
If it's, I believe so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen it too.
Yeah, so dry ice is not like your average normal ice. It's not even normal ice. It's different. Here's the thing about it. If you have to pick up a small block of dry ice in your hand, like your palm, you can't hold it for any longer, less than a minute or so. Because if you do, you will get burns. Seriously, you will get burn marks on your hand, like maybe like first or second or perhaps even third degree burns or something like that. Since it's not normal ice. I did that once when I was in school. I was probably like between 17 or something like that. It did burn. Though it didn't damage my hand or such severely though. I did held it for maybe half a minute or so. But yeah. Did you know there excuse me. Did you know that the normal ice you see in, like, say, uh lakes, or basically ponds that they're during the winter, there is 12, I think there's at least 12 different kinds of frozen ice. And some of those are actually or artificially, and some are natural. And here's another thing that some people might not even know about, but um, snow, it isn't even white at all. is actually transparent. Like it's you can see through it. That type of things. Like it's like say plastic. It's just on the how the light is, you know, penetrates like that, or how we perceive it as being white. But it's kind of something new that we learn every day. I presume your brother is at gym.
Yep. How long's the stream gonna be, by the way?
Yeah, I will end it soon, anyways.
Uh,
We were supposed to be doing some hangman, but yeah, that didn't happen.
yeah, I'm not really in the mood for Heyman anyway. I don't know, I'm just not feeling it today. We could do it
Yeah,
tomorrow.
it's fine by me. It's fine by me though. We can always do it tomorrow or something like that.
That's exactly what I said. Did I already get to start here? No, I didn't because I died.
How about we can probably do maybe one more of those seeds for your Mario. I think I would let Cody make one second one before we end.
Alright.
Since, since we had done what's on the mine for some many, so and since Cody hasn't
Well,
even been on my stream,
yeah, to be fair, I was doing a few that we never ended up doing of yours, so like
yeah,
when
we
we
can always do
started,
it
and I think I
tomorrow.
did already another one, or whatever.
Yeah, but do you think we should do just Supermiser randomizer tomorrow or Angel stream? What do you think?
Uh, well, Malachite's probably gonna be busy. Not sure
And
if Roy.
Roy will be at the gym.
I'm not sure, honestly. Maybe maybe we can do both. No, I'm kidding.
Now that's a bit difficult. Hard to focus though.
I mean, if we can, we've done Heyman in this together, so if we can do that.
True.
You see how far I just kicked that guy? That was awesome. No, I'm kidding though. We're not gonna. We don't have to do that. That'll just be a mess.
Yeah, we will see. Cody, if you have any other seed number you want to give game guy, just put it in private. After that, we'll end the stream.
I'll just
This is number
get 10
53.
first. 11:53.
Number 53.
Oh, that's 53. Hold on a second. I can't do 53, Cody. I already did 53. It has to be over 280, I believe, or 290. It's one of the two. Because what would be the fun of doing the scene we already did, you know? That's why I have the list.
Let me see here for just in case. Let's see. I did write down where I wrote down how you had to be between 280 and 65,535 as in
the very
how
specific number, but the number you just gave us will work fine.
11,169. Well, it might work, but also that depends if we had done it before. Since Game Guide writes down the ones we have used just so that we repeat it, like it said.
Well, no, I just write down the ones that we like. That way we don't get it doubly. I don't actually write down all the ones we've done so far.
Oh. Well,
I don't put myself through that kind of hell.
That would be like a lot of pages, like more than 100.
I think I would literally just need a notepad just for that. And when I say write down, he literally means write down on like a piece of paper. Have like
Yeah,
a
or even a computer.
thing just for that. It's ridiculous.
Well, it
But
might be so.
I know for a fact that one's not on there, so we should be good. I just need to get one more star and we'll be good to go.
Yeah.
All I need to do is get one star. Just one. Oh, I didn't unlock
So,
the
buddy,
cannon, did I?
how have you been?
Or I need to get a game over, whatever comes first.
Cody, how you been?
May only go for 5
Honest?
stars.
That's good to know. So, how's the weather for where you guys live? Here is at least decent cooler now. Dark. It's almost midnight. It's like,
Oh, if I
yay.
go for fine, I'll go for the Cupid's quick.
Hey, hey, hey.
You better not throw the star like a million miles away, by the way. He's going to. I know he's going to. They always throw the star like a bajillion miles away from where it should go.
Whoopee.
Or I can just find star 3. I need to either find a yellow box or I have to beat that Koopa.
Cody, do you have any Star Wars posters or anything? Yeah, I don't even have to ask Game Guy since he's not a Star Wars fan. And yeah, I was only curious though. I know that you have seen the movies, and the funny thing is, my dad actually bought me. Well, actually,
Oh,
he did win a big poster with Darth Vader on it
yeah.
on an auction, and I wasn't even aware of that because they even he came home with it. I wasn't even aware that he won
Hello,
it.
sir?
So
Yeah,
I went
okay.
downstairs, and there stood
He's
in
so
a frame.
stupid. Thank
I
you.
was like, "What?" And he did like, and this particular
I can get
poster
that
with a
from
giant
here,
Darth Vader on
right?
it.
Yeah, I can.
It's kind of cool though.
Ah!
Miss.
Dang, dude, that was actually a lot closer than you might think I was.
Yeah.
Let's get back up there and get that stupid star.
Oh, dang it.
What?
Next weekend, next Sunday is Mother's Day.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's a
Yeah. Mother's Day is actually in May.
thank
At
you.
least it's about a week later, almost 2 weeks later from for you guys, because you're celebrating the early May.
Save game and
And
quit.
for you, and you guys celebrate Father's Day in June, you said.
Yep.
We don't over here. We actually in November.
11169. Might just do 5 stars for this one.
Next month on June 6th,
Everything
which is
has like a
the
Mario.
Swedish Independence Day, we have
Oh my! That's going on the list right now. Get that on there. That Mario kicks ass.
Cody. Cody,
Congratulations,
head on
Cody.
that one.
You are officially the Mario random color scheme master, apparently.
Yeah,
Every single one of yours has gone on the list so far.
That is a definitely worth a keeper. Definitely.
That is a work of art right there.
But is it purple or is it blue?
It's purple, yeah. It's a purple face is what he has.
Well, for
We
me,
got
it looks
blue,
like
we got blue, we got dark green, we got purple.
well, for me,
It's
it looks
awesome.
like more like blue and dark blue. Like sky blue and navy blue.
Yeah, the
But
camera
that's
doesn't
cool.
the camera
That's a
doesn't really
keeper.
show it that well, but on my end it's like a very dark green because I can see the TV.
That might be so. That might be true.
Right, coin?
Ay.
Yep. Alright, so that's pink.
Let's
Ish.
see. Next month
I'm still
is
going 5 though.
Fresh Potato Day.
But I need that star, Mario. Please, thank you.
Just been asking, do you
I love
guys
'em.
like? How are your how would you say your taste for uh lasagna?
Eh, it's not bad, but I'm not obsessed with it like Garfield is.
Yeah, because it turned out in July, July the 29th, it is actually
Start
lasagna
5,
day in
I
Sweden.
guess.
And August, which has lobster, no, kind of a lobster, but different. In August 7th, September, let's go see here.
I'm not
What
gonna get that. All right,
International Food Saving Day, kinda, for not being wasting
Mr.
the food
Pain,
that we have.
Mario, please, Mario.
Uh,
Get this stupid
October we
penguin,
had
dude.
Oatmeal
It's
Day.
crazy.
I don't even know how to even pronounce this. In November, there's a one particular day near the end of it, but I don't know how to even pronounce this food dish in English. I never looked it up though. But it's like cabbage type of food. December we'll have cookies, cookie
I
day.
Overshot that.
But this month it is home
Got 'em.
baking day. That's just a lot of different days. Let's go see here.
Well, I got
Uh,
a penguin. I don't know if it's the right one, but I don't care. Next
Um,
are 6.
when is the Veterans Day for you guys?
Veterans Day. I think we went past Veterans Day. I think it's when is Veterans Day actually? I'll check after I get all these stars.
Yeah, because we have Veterans Day here in
Oh,
Sweden, 29 of this month.
And
We normally don't celebrate in my family. It's just it isn't marked as a red day.
alright, I'm fine with that.
Let's go see here. June's 20th is
I
summer
just need
solstice.
2 more.
November 12th
I-
is a pizza day. You said number 12?
I still love this Mario, by the way. He's amazing. Oh no,
Oh, yeah, that's a keeper, definitely. November 12th.
not
Nope.
Bowser. Alright, cool.
It's
I guess
not
I can do
Pizza Day
Bowser.
in Sweden, though. Pizza Day was actually earlier this year. Let's go see here. Carrots Day
That's
was
more
last month. All Sausage Day was in March. Egg Health or Half Day was in February. International Pizza Day was in January 1st. Oh, we actually ordered pizza today as dinner since I actually had banana and pineapple on it. Good combination. But here's the thing: they put curry on the banana.
That's
Yeah, it was not what I thought of as a good combination, but at least, well, that's like, it's at least one time try it. I mean, if someone made
please.
say,
Oh, it's not here.
okay, would you guys eat?
What? Okay, sure.
Oh God,
Just kick me right off the edge. Sure, why not?
Would you guys eat a pizza if there was hamburger meat or meatballs meat on it?
Hello? I mean, maybe, but literally it's there right here. Might as well just grab that then.
My personal favorite is the one with cheese, mushroom, shrimp, and ham in that combination. Each pizza actually have a different name though, but those this one is called Vesuvio or something like that. Of all the pizza, Hawaiian pizza, yeah, as many here's the name
I
Hawaiian. Hawaiian pizza, like they immediately realize things that is made in Hawaii, but fact is, it isn't. It's actually made in Canada, of all
Canada.
places. Yeah, I didn't know that myself. You know, pizza was actually quite an interesting food dish because you know when you think about it, pizza is one of the most popular or infamous fast food that is, other than burgers and all that. But back in sometimes in 1800s, since the pizza are made from Italy, so basically, pizza back then was just a farmer's dish, like something a farmer did made as a food. But when back then when they had still when Italy was still as a monarch system,
All right.
the king had there was one time when the queen celebrated her birthday when the king actually decided to have this sort of competition where the people can make their own food and present it to the queen as a gift. And so someone actually presented a pizza to the queen, and the pizza afterwards she had the three colors of the Italian flag. So she was really surprised of how good the pizza were. And from that day on, pizza became really more popular in Italy and later the whole world. Now we have Pizza Hut and so many different flavors on it. It's just seeing how that kind of things eventually spread so far, like say hamburger or hot dogs. It's also not small things like that. When ice cream, for example, is not a thing. It's seeing how small discoveries, or when the Spanish, when they went to North America during the late 1400s and early 1500s, when they brought back chocolate, that opened a market for anything involves chocolate, like for drinking, to eat, as a dessert, as a candy, you name it, and open a whole different franchise of potentials on that. And even back in Central America, I believe, or I don't remember, I think it was the Aztecs. They smoked chocolate with tobacco. And personally, I would never even do it myself, but yeah, I would never smoke. Tried it once, but never again. Believe me, it is tasted so bad. Ugh. But yeah. See you next time, Cody. Perhaps tomorrow or some other day. Oh, wait. Yeah, so yeah. So well, this has been fun. 2 hour, nearly 2.5 hours. So well, see you on the next time, everyone. This is Fish Diablo signing off. Bye.
And goodbye.
And if you want to see more streams, just keep an eye open.
Yep.
Sayonara, everyone.
Ciao.